People point the fingers at those Amish for kind of sticking to their ways, those conservative Amish. But we also got to talk about some of the crazy drivers out there. Guys, this is kind of a crazy story. A man wanted on multiple serious charges led police on a high-speed chase in a remote part of Maine. Now, in this chase, guys, speeds reached 90 miles per hour, with the pursuit ending after he hit an Amish wagon carrying 6 children. But I got to say, by some miracle, or I don't know how exactly it happened, no one was actually hurt in this accident. That's not what you'd expect to hear when you hear of a high-speed chase hitting 90 miles per hour. This is from Fox 23. Police say they spotted 34-year-old Anthony Vangel of Easton in the parking lot of the Aroostook Mall in Presque Isle on Tuesday around 7:30 a.m. Aroostook Mall, this is Aroostook County in Maine. This is kind of an extraordinary county. It's one of the largest counties in the United States. It's actually larger than 3 states. So it's very kind of spread out in a remote area. There are about 4 Amish communities in this county. Vangel was wanted for failing to report to the Aroostook County Jail on charges that included aggravated trafficking with a firearm, burglary, theft, forgery, and violation of bail. Continuing, according to police, Vangel drove off when he spotted officers, so you can kind of see why if he had all those charges on him. Police say they followed him, but the chase was called off on Fort Road due to speeds reaching 90 miles per hour. So it sounds like the police decided this is not in our best interest to continue to pursue this person at these speeds. Shortly after, police say Vangel lost control of his vehicle and hit a horse-drawn Amish wagon that was carrying 6 children. Another report says that he lost control of his vehicle shortly after the pursuit ended and spun out on the roadway and then hit the horse-drawn wagon carrying 6 children. It may not have been a full-size buggy. Sometimes the Amish children use these smaller wagons, sometimes with ponies. But again, thank God nothing happened here. I mean, this is the kind of thing, we talk a lot about road safety and recently did a video on, Amish not wanting to put lights on their buggies, a certain group of Amish. People point the fingers at those Amish for kind of sticking to their ways, those conservative Amish, because they have a religious objection to that. But we also got to talk about some of the crazy drivers out there. I mean, over the years, I write about buggy accidents all the time on my website because I'm constantly seeing them in the news. And I've just seen, countless accidents, and a lot of them have to do with things like, sometimes they're accidents, true accidents. There's some tragic ones where like a person can come over a hill and they're blinded by the sun and, they end up hitting a buggy that they don't see. But there's always precautions you can try to take, but sometimes there are true accidents. But a lot of these are just people behaving like irresponsible jerks, to not put too fine a point on it. Obviously, there are the DUI accidents. Sometimes people are getting killed in those. You had a really pretty bad one where a girl, I guess, was texting on her phone on Snapchat or Instagram or something, ends up hitting a buggy. Neither seriously hurt or killed someone. There's high speeds. People that live in these Amish communities tend to get frustrated. A lot of people that live with the Amish are very responsible and conscientious on the road, but there are people that do get frustrated because for them, it's not like, if you don't live in an Amish community, you go visit the Amish and it's like, it's like a tourist event. So it's something special. You're there to see the Amish and you're going to take precaution to be careful around them. Tourists probably some of the more safe drivers in some of these communities. Not always, but if you're living with them every day, people they become another road nuisance, basically. Okay, so you get people passing dangerously on curves, passing on the double line when there's not really enough visibility. You do have to pass sometimes on the double line in practice, but with a buggy going like 6-8 miles an hour, it's not like passing a car where you have to achieve high speeds to do that. So people do that. But, you got to do it not on like a blind turn. So, people do get frustrated and then make bad decisions driving on the road, and that leads to some of these accidents. But this is actually the first time I've seen an accident happening where the person who caused it was involved in a high-speed chase trying to escape the police. I don't know how these poor children, lucky children, fortunate children survived. Thank God they did. I guess since the chase had already ended, that 90 miles per hour is kind of a flashy number. But, we assume that he figured out the police are not chasing him anymore. And so he slowed down. He might have slowed down to 40 or 50 miles an hour. And that may feel slow compared to 90, but that's still fast enough to come up too quickly on a horse-drawn vehicle. And it sounds like he lost control, spun out. The horse also survived this too. So that's also like a good thing because people are often curious, did the horse did okay too here. The report states that Vangel was arrested and charged with operating after suspension, operating under the influence, eluding, driving to endanger, refusing to submit to arrest and detention, criminal speed, failure to report, and violation of bail. So it sounds like he had some substances in his system if he's got that, or they suspect he did if he's got that under the influence charge too. So there's one that turned out okay for the Amish children involved.